Hey everybody, going to do another shootout video. Just got done with the Gibson Les Paul versus ESP Eclipse. This time I'm going to do LTD versus ESP. I think this is one of the biggest questions that everybody has. I know I did, and now that I have both, people ask me all the time. So I'm just going to shoot a little video, try to make it short. LTD, ESP, first guitar up. This is an LTD KH-602, EMG-8185, Floyd Rose Special. This one is a neck through body version, and I have installed a tremolo unit and a Floyd Rose 37mm brass block. Those two things make a huge difference. I'm going to be using, and I'll bring it out in a second, I'm going to be using an ESP Standard Series M2 bolt-on. It also has the brass block and the tremolo in there, but with the construction, the nod kind of goes to this one, but we'll see what they say. So and again, playing, I'm not a very good player, so excuse that. I'm just going to do 3 segments. I'm going to do basically some classic-y, not classical, but classic rock type stuff through the YJM100 amplifier. I'm going to do that. Tuning is a half step down. Then I'll come back with the boost on the amp, do some stuff there, and then I will take it down to drop D, and we'll do some stuff there. So starting out with the classic stuff, half a step down on the tuning. Now we've got the ESP. Again, this is a Standard Series M2, no longer made. The equivalent is the E2 now. This one is a 2008. According to the serial number, it is a bolt-on neck. Original Floyd Rose, EMG-8185, brass block, and tremolo installed. So, okay, classic-y sounding stuff. Tune half step. Back over to the Hammett now. I'm going to bring in the boost, get a little more distortion going on. As a requirement, I'm going to play a little Metallica. Alright, ESP, sticking with the same plan. So back to the LTD. I've got it tuned to drop D now, so we're going to do some heavier stuff. I'm just going to do some kind of riffs from my band, so you won't really recognize any of this, but it should give you a good idea of the tone. So. Alright, so last one. This is the ESP tuned to drop D. Okay, so that's it. Again, sorry for the poor playing. Not a pro. As I said in the last video, I think someone, when I did the first video, someone commented that I was very humble and modest. I appreciate that, but the truth is I'm just a bad guitar player. So anyway, Basically, like I said, I want to do this video because the question comes up a lot. When you look at an LTD guitar, they're affordable. The most expensive one out there is like $1,100. So I mean, that's the pinnacle of their production. ESP, which is now E2, I guess, the cheapest one is like $1,400 or $1,500. So it's quite a jump in price. Personally, I think it's very, very much worth it. This guitar, what I absolutely cannot demonstrate on a video is how much better this guitar plays than the Hammett. And the Kirk Hammett guitar is amazing. It's phenomenal. I don't have a single gripe about that, how it plays or anything else. But compared to the ESP, it is a world of difference. This guitar is so much better on every level. The playability is better. The action can be lower because the frets are better. There's just a million things that are better with this one. And as far as the sound difference goes, I think this one even sounds better. It's got more punch. Now the Hammett does have a little more body to it, but that's probably the neck-through portion of it versus the bolt-on. But the fact that, to me, the bolt-on sounds better than the neck-through speaks volumes, because in any other fight it would be very, very tilted towards the neck-through guitar. But for my ears, I think that the ESP is far better, and it's worth the price difference. And actually, nowadays, if you want one that actually says ESP rather than E2, you can get this guitar for cheaper than purchasing a new LTD. Just check your eBay and Craigslist and find standard series ESP. These guitars are excellent. They're some of the best in the world. Does it compare to their custom shop? Does it compare to the original series? Not really, but it is much better than LTD, and I feel like it's on par with any Gibson, Fender, PRS, whatever have you. I think the ESP is right there with them, and in a lot of cases better. Now, of course, it does depend on the type of music you play. I play heavier stuff, as you'll notice. So for me, these work great. They cut, and they have a lot of punch. They sound very aggressive, which is all great. But for the classic rock player, maybe this isn't the best setup for you. But in that case, I would recommend finding yourself an ESP with Duncans. They did make those. I think they still do under the E2 banner. But again, if you can find a standard series Eclipse with Seymour Duncan pickups, you're going to be less than $1,000 on it, and you cannot make a better purchase than that. So anyway, answering the question, ESP, LTD, clear winner, ESP.